US.
Oh, so even China is smaller.
Alaska at 663,000 square miles.
Hey guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to react to how big is USA actually. And like according to us, like USA is very big. Like we know, like we are around this.
It's very big.
Yeah, it's very big. We are the 7th largest country in the world. India is the 7th largest country and USA is about 3rd largest, because I think so Russia is number 1 and
then
China should be 2nd, and
yes.
then USA should be the 3rd one. And USA has a lot of land for the amount of people that they have. India does not have a lot of land for the amount of people that we have. We have a lot of people.
Actually,
and
yeah.
a lot less land. So I don't know, this video is only about the like the land mass of the place and what about it or not. So I'm very excited to see.
I think it is also like including the area of USA. It is also about what big things USA have. It might be on that also, like we will come to know when we'll watch the video. So yes, it will be interesting to know the facts of USA more. Like we have already seen previous video about USA and we know little much about it now. So yeah, I'm excited to know much about USA now and how much people they have. As like when we'll see this, we'll automatically compare it to India, that people over here and then land over here and then everything. But obviously we should not, but in some way it will automatically come to our mind. So let's watch it out what is there in this video.
Also, if you like our videos, do let us know in the comment section below, and also you can subscribe to our channel, and also you can become our member by joining the channel and subscribing to our Patreon membership, you can say. So let's start the video.
The United States is currently the world's sole superpower with military installations around the world. As a country, its geography spans from subtropical forests to rolling plains, scorching deserts, and Arctic wastes. But just how big is the US really in comparison to the rest of the world?
Yes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Infographics Show. Today, we're taking a look at how big the US really is. The US is approximately 5,680,000 square miles, with terrain that varies dramatically. Only Russia at 10.6 million square miles and Canada at 6,205,000 square miles are larger than the US.
Oh, so even China is smaller.
Alaska at 663,000 square miles, Texas at 270,000 square miles, and California at 160,000 square miles.
Whoa.
Combined would be the 17th largest nation in the world, immediately after Sudan at 1.15 million square miles.
Only
and
3
right
states
before
combined.
Libya at 1 million square miles. In total, the US is larger than the 107 smallest countries in the world combined, with about 327 million people. The United States is also the 3rd most populated nation on Earth, having a total of 4.28% of the total world population, with a net yearly migration rate of approximately 900,000
So
people.
mainly it's because
US
of the
is by far
migration.
the one place the rest of the world wants to live,
Yes.
with Germany coming in 2nd at 350,000 migrants,
nice.
and Turkey in 3rd with 325,000 migrants. In the US, 83% of the population lives in cities, with its 3 most populated cities being New York City with 8.5 million people,
My God.
Los Angeles with 4 million people, and Chicago with 2.7
New York
million
has
people.
double the population
All
of
combined,
Thailand.
the population of the US's 3 biggest cities is equal to the population of Chad with 14.5 million people. Just these 3 cities alone are also more populated than Cuba with 11.5 million people, Belgium with 11.3 million people, and Greece with 11.2 million people. When counting the greater metropolitan area, New York City is the 10th largest city in the world, with a total population of 18.6 million people, just behind Cairo with 18.8 million people, and just ahead of Dhaka with 17.6 million people. This would make the greater New York City area the 63rd largest country in the world, just ahead of Syria with 18 million
Even after
people.
having so many
The
people, they are
US is
still
the
so
world's
rich.
largest economy, with a gross domestic product of $20.4 trillion, or 23.3% of the total global economy. China is just behind the US at $14 trillion and 16.1% of the total global economy. When measured by purchasing power parity, or the price of goods and services versus individual incomes, the US comes at number 2 to China, whose GDP PPP is $25.2 trillion. This means that while the Chinese economy is about 30% smaller than the US's, Chinese individuals have on average 20% greater purchasing power.
I
in
didn't
their
know
own
that.
country.
This
The
is
three
something
biggest
really new to me.
economies within the US states are California with a GDP of $2.6 trillion,
Oh my God.
Texas with a GDP of $1.6 trillion, and New York with a GDP of $1.5 trillion.
California and
Altogether,
Texas
these
has
three
GDP of
states
India's
would be the
GDP.
world's third
Exactly,
largest
just the
economy,
GDP of
just ahead of
cities.
Japan with a GDP of $5 trillion. California's economy alone is as big as the United Kingdom's, Texas's is as big as
Whoa.
Canada's, and New York's is as big as South Korea's. The United States also has the best equipped military in the world,
Yes, we know
though
that.
it's only the third largest at 1,282,000 active duty personnel. Ahead of it are India with 1.4 million active duty personnel and China with 2.1 million active duty personnel. The US spends over $610 billion on its military every year, or
$610
3.1%
billion.
of its total GDP. 35% of the world's total military expenditure, and more than the next 9
World's
nations
total.
combined. Just
Wow.
behind it are China with $150 billion in expenditures, and Saudi Arabia with $76 billion in expenditures. The United States also has the most military bases in the most foreign countries in the world, with approximately 800 military installations in 8 countries,
800?
possibly more military bases in more foreign lands than any nation or empire in history. The cost
Wow.
of maintaining these bases alone is about $156 billion, more than China spends on its entire military. On the civilian side, the US has the world's third largest police force, with 913,000 total police officers, placing it just behind India at number 1 with 1.9 million police officers, and China with 1.6 million police officers. In the realm of healthcare,
India
the
has
US
these
is the
many
most
officers? I
expensive
don't know.
nation on earth, with a health expenditure per capita of $10,350, placing it ahead of Switzerland at $7,900 and Germany
Nice.
at $5,550. While on average, the
Everything
rest
is
of the world
around the
spends
top
about
only.
10.3% of its GDP on healthcare. The US spends 18% of its GDP on healthcare.
Wow.
The United States is a large, complex nation, big enough to host several different distinct accents within its own borders. Its people are hardworking and industrious, leading the world's economy. But despite what recent political events might indicate, they're also the most welcoming nation in the world, with 3 times the number of immigrants than nations in either the number 2 or number 3 spot in a global comparison.
Yes.
The US isn't the only welcoming place in the world.
So the word big has a lot of things in it.
Seriously.
Like when you say this is the biggest thing, so it does not only mean that this is the biggest thing. It has a lot of things inside it. So when he's saying that how big is USA, actually this video was just about 5 to 6 minutes, and this video was an eye opener because it showed from everything from military to landmass to the amount of immigrants it gets, like 9 million, like 900,000, sorry, 900,000 immigrants per year. So that is too many people to handle.
Up till now, I used to think that only Canada faces a lot of,
No,
migrants.
Canada only Punjabis immigrants are a lot of there in Canada, but for US all the countries are there. So each and every citizen in every country wants to go to US because US is kind of the dream house, the dreamland.
Yes.
Like where you make your dreams, like it's Mumbai in India, where you feel like if you go in Mumbai you will make it anyhow, like you will struggle a lot but you will make it. So somewhere down the line US is like the whole world's Mumbai, like you should go there and you should make your life and you can be the best in the world. So that is what was shown in it, and everything was shown. Like all the other countries are so miniature in front of USA. Like the GDP of California is $2.5 trillion, so that is about very close to India's GDP, that is about 3.3 or 3.4 trillion dollars. So that is how big each and every state in USA is. So this video was an eye-opener.
Yes, seriously, this video has a lot to offer to us and a lot of interesting facts that we didn't knew earlier. Only the 3 states of USA, that is California, Texas and New York, they just individual states have a lot to offer. Even these states have a population of some of the countries. Like a country can come into these cities, and even I have heard a lot about New York actually. So yes, this video has a lot to offer, and talking about the population, like 327 million population of whole USA, and when compared to India it's 125 million, but when you compare to the landmass it's obviously not balanced, because India's landmass is really not up to the population it has, and USA is really big as compared to India, and population of obviously doubled of India, but still it can adjust, it can handle it. So yeah, it was an amazing video to watch. It, like, we knew about GDP, we knew about, you know, population, landmarks, and army forces, military forces, everything. So yeah, it was an interesting one to watch.
The only shocking part to me was that the China has more purchase power parity than what USA has. So I did not feel that has happened, because I think so. The thing is, there are more billionaires in China, so they can be like, they are making sure that more and more money is there in their hands. But I don't think so. The common audience is, I think so, still more richer in America only. What do you guys think? Do let us know in the comment section below. And also, how do you guys find this video? Do let us know that also in the comment section. So do like, share, and
subscribe to our channel. Bye.